System. The digestive system is a group of organs working together to convert food into energy and basic nutrients to feed the entire body. Food passes through a long tube inside the body known as the alimentary canal or the gastrointestinal tract. The alimentary canal is made up of oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, and large intestines. In addition to the alimentary canal, there are several important accessory organs that help your body to digest food, but do not have food pass through them. Accessory organs of the digestive system include the teeth, tongue, salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas.
Food begins its journey through the digestive system in the mouth, also known as the oral cavity. Inside the mouth are many accessory organs that aid in the digestion of food. The tongue, teeth, and the salivary glands. Teeth chop food into small pieces, which are moistened by saliva before the tongue and other muscles push the food into the pharynx.
Teeth. The teeth are 32 small organs found along the anterior and lateral edges of the mouth. Each tooth is made of bone-like substances called dentine and covered in a layer of enamel, the hardest substance in the body. Teeth are living organs and contain blood vessels and nerves under the dentine in a soft region known as the pulp. The teeth is designed for cutting and grinding food into smaller pieces. Tongue. The tongue is located on the inferior portion of the mouth, just posterior and medial to the teeth. It is a small organ made of several pairs of muscles covered in a thin, bumpy skin-like layer. The outside of the tongue contains many rough papillae for griping food as it is moved by the tongue's muscles. The taste buds on the surface of the tongue detect taste molecules in food and connect to nerves in the tongue to send taste information to the brain. The tongue also helps to push food toward the posterior part of the mouth for swallowing. Salivary glands. Surrounding the mouth are three sets of salivary glands. The salivary glands are accessory organs that produce a watery secretion known as saliva. Saliva helps to moisten food and begins the digestion of carbohydrates. The body also uses saliva to lubricate food as it passes through the mouth, pharynx, and esophagus.
The pharynx or throat is a funnel-shaped tube connected to the posterior end of the mouth. The pharynx is responsible for the passing of masses of chewed food from the mouth to the esophagus. The pharynx also plays an important role in the respiratory system, as air from the nasal cavity passes through the pharynx on its way to the larynx and eventually to the lungs. Because the pharynx serves two different functions, it contains a flap of tissue known as the epiglottis that acts as the road food to the esophagus and air to the larynx.
Esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube connecting to the pharynx to the stomach that is part of the upper gastrointestinal tract. It carries swallowed masses of chewed food along its length. At the inferior end of the esophagus is a muscular ring called the lower esophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. The function of this sphincter is to close off the end of the esophagus and trap food in the stomach.
The stomach is a muscular sac that is located on the left side of the abdominal cavity, just inferior to the diaphragm. In an average person, the stomach is about the size of their two fists placed next to each other. This major organ acts as a storage tank for food so that the body has time to digest large meals properly. The stomach also contains hydrochloric and digestive enzymes that continue the digestion of the food that began in the mouth.
The small intestine is a long thin tube about 1 inch in diameter and about 10 feet long that is part of the lower gastrointestinal tract.
The small intestine is located just inferior to the stomach and takes up most of the space in the abdominal cavity. The entire small intestine is coiled like a hose, and the inside surface is full of many ridges and folds. These folds are used to maximize the digestion of food and absorption of nutrients. By the time food leaves the small intestine, around 90% of all nutrients have been extracted and from the food that entered it. The liver is a roughly triangular accessory organ of the digestive system located to the right of the stomach, just inferior to the diaphragm and superior to the small intestine. The liver weighs about 3 pounds and is the second largest organ in the body. The liver has many different functions in the body, but the main function of the liver in digestion is the production of bile and its secretion into the small intestine. The gallbladder is a small pear-shaped organ just located just posterior to the liver. The gallbladder is used to store and recycle excess bile from the small intestine so that it can be reused for the digestion of subsequent meals. The pancreas. The pancreas is a large gland located just inferior and posterior to the stomach. It is about 6 inches long and shaped like short lumpy snake with its head connected to the duodenum and its tail pointing to the left wall of the abdominal cavity. The pancreas secretes digestive enzymes into the small intestine to complete the chemical digestion of foods.
Intestine. The large intestine is a long, thick tube about 2.5 inches in diameter and about 5 feet long.
The large intestine is located just inferior to the stomach and wraps around the superior and lateral border of the small intestine. The large intestine absorbs water and contains many symbiotic bacteria that aid in the breaking down of waste to extract some small amounts of nutrients. Feces in the large intestine exit the body through the anal canal. You need to eat a variety of foods since no naturally occurring food has every nutrient. The Food and Nutrition Research Institute, or FNRI, has developed a food pyramid for Filipinos, a simple and easy to follow daily eating guide. This guide is useful in helping people select food that supply all the nutrients for energy and growth. Food that contain the same type of nutrient belong to a food group. Foods have been divided into 5 groups. A. Rice. Rice products, corn, root crops, bread, noodles. B. Fruits and vegetables. C. Milk and milk products, eggs, fish, shellfish, meat, poultry, dried beans and nuts. And E. Sugar and sweets, fats and oils. The recommended daily amount for each food group will supply your body with the nutrients it needs for good health. Daily servings. For each day, you should eat 6 to 8 servings from the rice and rice products group, 3 servings from the vegetable group, 3 servings from the fruit group, 1 glass from the milk group, and 2.5 servings from the fish and meat group. Only small amounts of sweets, fats, and oils should be consumed. Water. Your body is up to 55 to 60% water. Water plays important roles in important processes such as digestion, elimination of waste products, and regulation of body temperature. You need to drink about 8 to 10 glasses of water a day to replace the amount you lose through sweat, urine, and respiration. Food plate. Another tool in helping you monitor what you eat is a food plate. It is recommended you should divide your plate into 4 parts. The first part for grains like corn, rice, or bread. The second part for fruits, and third part for the vegetables, and the fourth part for proteins like meat and fish.